What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Blair Snow, and you already know I'm cooler than you. And you already know what time it is. It's snow time. My time. Okay, y'all. So in today's video topic is gonna be basically like forgiving my old self, forgiving my younger self, just like forgiving the person that I used to be. This video is to anybody who's turning from a negative person to a positive person, or who at least wants to. This video is for you. Sometimes, like, when I'm having conversations and like I refer to my old self, like, it's always negative stuff. Like, oh, I used to be this way, or I'm not that way anymore, or like, I don't know, like, it's always a lot of negative stuff. And sometimes I blame like some of the stuff I went through in my life on my old self, and like just my relationships, just like a lot of things, like everything, I blame it on my old self. And I feel like it's just wrong. Like, I feel like such a traitor, like, to myself, because when I refer to myself, my old self, and like I say negative things and I say bad things, it brings me back to when I was currently living in that living in that version of myself. And when other people would say that to me, how it made me feel. So it kind of makes me feel, it makes me feel like I'm saying everything about myself that people said about me when I was living in that version of myself. And it just made me feel like you became a brand new person and you just like stunting on who you used to be. Like, I feel like that's whack. Like, I feel like that's so whack. I feel like that's so fake. I feel like I'm stunting on the old me. And it don't even need to be that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you let these people get into your head so bad and make you feel like the old you, like, was a monster or something. Like, I don't know, because the old me tried her best. Like, the person I used to be, I know I tried my best. Like, I know I was dealing with so much, and I was just trying my best. Every day was a battle. Every day was a fight for me. Like, in my relationships, in my reality, just like everything. Like, everything was a battle for me, and I was literally trying my best. My pain turned into anger, and I allowed my anger to consume me. I always had like this fire burning inside of me, and when it would just explode, it would come out in a negative way. I always thought that fire was like bad, like the cause of my negativity, like of why I was so off the chain or how I reacted, but honestly, it's not. I literally like used to pray to God, like, please remove this feeling, like, from within me, like, please get it out of me. And it really was like, it was just pain built up. The more I worked on myself and I built my relationship with God, I felt like I needed to be squeaky clean. And it has nothing to do with God. That was all in my mind. I felt like I needed to be perfect. I felt like I just needed to be squeaky clean. Like, just going into being a better person. Like I said, the old me was going through a lot. Every day was a battle for me. I had a hard time expressing myself, expressing my feelings. So now, like, where I'm at today, instead of me reacting in an aggressive way, a negative way, I lean towards my intelligence. Like, I rather handle things with grace. Like, that fire burning inside of me when stuff happened, it just made me want to kill people with kindness. Like, give stuff, like, handle stuff with grace, handle stuff gracefully. Like, don't behave like a bulldog. I feel like the old me would, like, I don't know. See, I was about to talk about the old me. This is what I'm saying. Like, I want to learn how to give the old me, put some respect on her name, for real, because it's like the person I am today was always living in her mind. Like, who I am today was in her mind. So, like, I know she wasn't all bad. If I'm saying, like, just forget my old self and I'm talking down on her and all of that, like, I wouldn't even be who I am today if it wasn't for my old self. Like, period. My old self created me who I am today. And then everything that come with, like, my old self, the pain, everything I went through, that molds a person. Like, that molds a person. That's the person's core. In order for me to be my best self, I need both versions of myself. Like, sometimes I miss my old self, like, in a positive way, to, like, I miss some qualities I had. Like, my old self was very assertive. Like, a very assertive girl. Always knew she wanted to walk in the room and you know, own it. Always was just very vocal about anything that she felt. And I feel like I still kind of have that, but I'm more so shied away from that. And I feel like it's very important for you to watch who you're around when you're becoming the best version of yourself. Because when I was becoming the best version of myself, there was a lot of people around me. A lot of people swapped out. It was different, you know. Like, I started becoming the best version of myself and I was like around 17. Like, I wanted to change, like, right then and there. I started building my relationship with God. So it's like, it was a lot of people I was around, a lot of people who I interacted with. It was just a lot of energies. And I feel like being around certain energies when you're evolving, it could kind of mess you up in a way. Because I'm a type of person, it's like I was around a lot of people who dim their light naturally. Like, people who never would allow their light to shine bright unless it's in the hands of somebody else. I'm the type of person, my light shine because of me. My light might dim because of somebody else. I'm the only one that could put my light out though, because I'm the only one who could light it. But being around people whose lights are always dim and your light is always bright, and the only time their light brights up is when they put it in the hands of somebody else who makes them happy or who makes them feel a certain way, and it's like their light's bright. Just being around those people with such a bright light and them such a dim light, your light, it starts to dim a little bit. And I feel like me just being around people like that, it kind of caused me to forget myself a little bit, forget who I am. Pay attention to the energies that's around you, because energy is very transferable. That's a real thing. Like, that's a real thing. Like, I can honestly say, I feel like if I was evolving into a different person and I wasn't around those type of energies and I was around people who light bulbs are always bright because of them, I feel like it would have been different. Being around people like that and stuff like that, no, like, just people who never looked at themselves on a certain level, never looked at themselves of a certain quality. I don't care if you didn't have nothing. Like, it was times where I had nothing, but I always looked at myself like I was here. Like, I never looked at myself like I was here. Like, never. Like, I was a little delusional, but you gotta be. I'm in a whole different car. This car is a little bit darker, so the video might look a little bit darker, but I don't even remember where I left off at. Yeah, basically, like, when I talk about my old self, I don't want to talk about her in a negative light. Like, I don't want to talk about all the bad things my old self did. I don't want to always refer to her when it comes to negativity things. And I don't want to be around people or have conversations with people who always, like, bring up how I used to be, like, in a negative way. Like, you're not talking about nothing positive. And it's just like, no, like, my old self wasn't just like a trashy, dirty person. Like, let's not, you know. So, like, I don't even want to put her in that light. Like, no, like, very passionate, very, like, come on, like, I love my girl, that's my princess. Like, I love me. I love every bit of me. The good, the bad, the ugly, the front, the back, the side, all of that. Like, I don't, bro, like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I just want to, like, get that message out there, because I don't want other people to do that to themselves. I used to be like this, or yeah, I was like that. Like, it's okay to have accountability, and to I feel like it's okay to have accountability. It's good to notice, like, when you're off, or like when you behave in a negative way, or like, it's good. It's very good to have accountability, but like, don't have accountability and then just trash yourself. Like, don't do that to make your current self feel better. Don't do that to make the next person feel better. Like, just don't do it. Don't do it to try to make sense of things, or like an excuse. Just don't do it. Like, period. Just don't do it. And yeah, sometimes it's not really you. It's just like certain bits and pieces of yourself that you need to change, and that's what I'm realizing. And it's like, I feel like me becoming who I am, like, and just like saying F who I used to be, I feel like that was my backbone. I feel like the old me was my backbone. So I feel like I don't have no backbone, and it's like, I feel like I'm missing something, and like, it's really just the old me. Like, it's not like no bad or like no negative stuff. Like, those positive qualities that I had about myself, like, just that structure, like, I need that right now in my current self. Like, I'm nothing without that. I need her a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm trying to learn how to bring it all together. It's like two sides of myself, and it's kind of like I picked this side over that side, But this side is nothing without that side. And that side is very like stagnant without this side. So it's like I just need both of them to come together. So like I'm in my rebrand era. I'm in my like remembering who I am era. Like taking back who I am, reintroducing myself. Like, yeah. And it's just like I've been trying to be like get better and get better and get better to the point where it's like I'm losing great qualities about myself. Like you just dumping anything. Like, girl, no, we can't have that. And it's just like y'all see me glowing right now. Like something positive is obviously happening behind closed doors. Like I'm telling y'all, like I've been putting in the work. I just have a lot of stuff in store for y'all, and like I'm doing the work. I want y'all to know I'm doing the work. Y'all see me glowing right now. Your girl is doing the work behind the scenes. I promise you that. But yeah, this video is basically about like just giving your old self grace and just like forgiving your old self. Like I feel like sometimes it takes a lot for us to like forgive our old self. Like, so I feel like sometimes we just like shove it behind us. Like we don't want to face it. So I encourage anybody who's, like I said, going from a positive person, going from a negative person to a positive person. I encourage you to face your old self and face everything that made you feel bad, everything that people said about you that made you feel bad about yourself, all the things you didn't like about yourself, all the negative qualities you had. I encourage you to face them and like accept them, like accept that and accept the fact that you are trying your best, and don't beat yourself up about it. Like that's another thing. Like we cannot beat ourselves up. We cannot afford to beat ourselves up. We beating ourselves up about certain stuff we did, but like we trying our best. Like we can't afford to keep beating ourselves up about things that already happened, you know, things that we can't go back and change, because like that's affecting the future. You spend, like, time is something that you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? Time is something you cannot get back. That's why like we have to make time for the important things. Like we have to wake up and choose it. I choose to be this version of myself every day. I could wake up tomorrow and choose to be negative and choose violence. Like I just want myself and everybody who like watches me and supports me, I want us all to be our best self. Like we need to be our best self, and I feel like in order to be your best self, you have to accept all of you. And I'm learning to like accept everything I've been through, everything that hurt me. I'm trying to forgive like deep traumas and just trying to move on. I'm trying to give everything grace, and it's just a lot. And yeah, like know yourself, love yourself, accept yourself. You know who you are. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You know who you are. I'm just at a point in my life where I finally realized I could have the best of both worlds. Like I don't want to lock myself in a box. Like I'm not a soft girl, I'm not an aggressive girl, I'm not a goofy girl. Like I'm not just one thing. Like I'm so many different things. There's so many different layers to me, and I feel like as I've been becoming the best version of myself, I've been kind of leaning in towards locking myself in a box, and I'm just not that girl. So it's just like me remembering like who I was, and just like getting closer to like the core of me, and just like reliving certain things. Like I honestly feel like I want to be all of me, and I want to encourage girls who are like multi-personality girls, like who got so many different qualities. I want to encourage them to just express that, because sometimes I could be soft, sometimes I could be aggressive, sometimes I could be, you know, like sometimes I could be goofy. Like it's just all of these things about me, and it's just like I want to learn how to embrace them all. Like I don't want to lock myself in a box. And it's just like I feel like I just put such a bad label on my old self that I just threw her away. And it's just like, girl, you need 9 times out of 10, you need qualities from the version of yourself that you're trying to escape. I want everybody to get a piece of paper, write down the negative qualities that your old self had and the positive qualities that your old self had, and write down the positive qualities that your current self have and the negative qualities that your current self have. And I want you to really look at it and study it, and you're gonna see that you need like qualities from each version. So I want y'all to do that. Just reflect, you know, and see what qualities you need and what you need to improve on and what you may need to get rid of. But I know this was a very short video, guys. This is actually the last Snow Diaries car series. Not the end of Snow Diaries, but the last Snow Diaries car series. We are moving on to Snow Diaries season 2. I'm very excited. I am going to do a part 2 to my last video I made, which was being afraid of letting go, or letting go, something like that. I'm going to do the part 2 to that, as I told y'all guys. But the part 2 to that will be the intro of Snow Diaries season 2. I just want to say I just want to thank everybody for supporting me this far. Like, I'm currently sitting at like 44 subscribers, I believe, and I grew that organically. And I believe I've only been doing YouTube for about like what has it? I don't even know how. I don't know how many months it's been. Maybe 3. Let me go back, y'all. I want to make sure I got this. Oh my God, y'all. I'm thinking, I was about to say 3 months. I've only been doing YouTube for a month and some change. And I'm sitting at 44 subscribers right now. Like, I'm very excited. So make sure y'all share this video. Share it with y'all friends. Share it with y'all family members. Like, or just share my socials as a whole. Like, I'm 6 subscribers away from 50. When I get to 50 subscribers, I'm gonna celebrate myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like in my last video, I told y'all it's very hard for me to celebrate myself and acknowledge my wins. So I just made a goal that when I get to 50 subscribers, I'm gonna do something nice to myself, and I'm gonna really embrace myself and like just let everything in. So make sure y'all share this video, and yeah, get me to 50 subs. I'm just so blessed to have Snow Diaries. This is something that's gonna be going on forever with my channel, y'all. My dream is to inspire and create. And when I say create, I mean create beautiful things as far as fashion, as far as like all around. Like, I just love creating, but not kids. But I also like inspiring people. And when I say inspire, my dream is to inspire people to go after their best selves. Like, just to have that spark in the midst of nothing. Like, even in the midst of nothing, to see their best self, just to like even see it and go after it. No matter where you at. I'm a person who believes everybody deserves luxury in their life. Everybody just deserves that. Like, I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you don't have nothing. I don't care. Like, if I can inspire you to just see the best version of yourself and do everything you could to go after it and just make a difference and make a change for yourself, and just not let the picture that other people have painted of you define who you are. You tell your own story. These people can't tell you who you are. Like, and just forgive yourself for all the bad things you did, everything, and just go after that life. Like, I love to inspire people in that way, and I love making people laugh. Like, I'm a creator all around. Like, fashion, just anything that I do. Like, I keep saying fashion because I love clothes, y'all. Like, I'm very passionate about fashion, head to toe, hair and all of that. And I express myself through my appearance. So yeah, that's why I want to upgrade my social platforms and just pour more out. And yeah, it's like 6 months left in a year, and I'm turning another chapter. I done turned the chapter going into this year. I'm turning another chapter mid-year. Like, what is we talking about? But I love y'all, and thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all comment hashtag Snow Diaries season 2. Mwah.